One of the most important things to be able to do in any programming language is to store information in variables. You can think of a variable as a label for one or more pieces of information. When analyzing data in R, all of your data will be referenced as variables. For example, we can assign the value of 10 to a variable named x, and the value of 12 to a variable named y. This will be most useful when reading documentation written by others on R and going to the support forums for help. When you have your data stored in variables, then you can easily reference them and update those values. For instance, let's say you've built a model or equation such as 2x plus y. Then any time x or y changes, you can update it without having to modify your equation. For example, let's update x to the value of 12. Now let's run our equation again. We see that 2x plus y is now 36. Generally, you want to name your variables a name that is meaningful, rather than letters like x and y. Data types. Data comes in many forms: integers, decimals, letters, words, logical, categorical, date, time, and many more. It's essential to know the type of variable you're working with. This is because you can only perform certain functions and operations on certain types of variables. For example, you can't divide the word coding by the word coder. However, you could certainly divide x by y. This is because I'm using the division operator, which functions on data that is of type numeric, which encompasses both integers and decimals. How can we check the type of data that we have? Each variable is given a type in R. We can check to see the data type of our variable x, for example. We use a function called class. The class function simply returns the data type of our variable. The three most commonly used data types are character, numeric, and logical. For example, text data, such as coding in R rocks, can be stored as characters in R. For example, I assign the phrase coding rocks to a variable called myText. Let's create a variable and we'll name it rain. We'll set that variable to true. When we look at the data type for that variable, we'll see it's of type logical, meaning that it can be assigned only values of true or false. Integers such as 33 or decimals such as 48.2 are stored as numeric data types in R.